Hi there. My name is Colleen Biggs, and I am a business coach that has launched over 340 businesses. I've been coaching now for 22 years. I also run a community, and I'm a mother of 7 kids and 12 grandkids. So, yes, go me. I have really enjoyed my life. I am super happy every day I wake up, and the choices I make are the choices I want to make. And I believe that there are a lot of lies out there that keep people stuck. So I'm going to expose those today. And one of these lies, or two or three, might be some lies that either you believe or you're telling yourself are keeping you stuck. So here's the first one. If I could just invest in this marketing company, if I could just get a podcast, if I could just blah, 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 on and on and on, then my business would change. I would change. The truth is, that's just total crap. There is no silver bullet. Growing a business takes perseverance. It takes action. It takes grit. It takes clarity. It takes guidance. It takes coaching. That's what it takes to grow a successful business. I'm going to share a personal story with you. About 8 years ago, my husband and I we joined a Taekwondo gym. And I remember after an hour of standing there, perched up, bending over, bowing, saying, yes, sir, yes, ma'am, I walked out of there and I thought to myself, I don't know if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if I can say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, that many times in an hour, right? I was stuck in my ways of thinking that I was like, they want me to do things their way. And that's odd to me. But I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I have 10 weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and go 10 weeks. And let's see if in 10 weeks I like this or not. So I gave it a go. And we showed up week after week after week. We did our first form. It was about 18 moves, got my white belt. I was like, I can do this. Because to me, getting a black belt felt like Mount Everest. My clients say that a lot. And I use this analogy. When you think about building a business, when you think about scaling a business, it seems so far away, an uphill battle like Mount Everest. But if you had the tools, if you had the guide, if you had the resources, if you were given the knowledge of something you did not know, and day by day by day, that was instilled in you, and you went from point A to point B to point C. Eventually, you're going to reach the top. And hands down, the one thing that I tell my clients at the very beginning is, I can't wait to see how far you've come months from now. I promise you, you are going to look back and be so proud of yourself and so proud of who you are and what you've accomplished and the success that you've built for yourself. And remember, success looks different to all of us. So as I persevered week after week, month after month, year after year to get my black belt, it came down to the final fit test. Now, this fit test, you have to run a mile in 7 minutes. You have to come in under 5 minutes. You have to do 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, and 344 punch kick combinations. I know, am I blowing your mind yet? Well, we did it. My husband and I did it. We crushed it because we were in great physical health. He's 10 years older than me. So I commend him every day. Like, how did you do that? Because I am his age now that he got his black belt. And I'm like, you are amazing. So it comes to breaking the boards. You must break 3 different boards: palm strike, round kick, reverse side kick. Reverse side kick, my nemesis, my little Achilles heel. So I break the other 2 boards. I could not break that last board. Guess what? I failed. You must wait another 10 weeks and come back and redo the entire fit test. Run a mile again, 50 push-ups, 50 sit-ups, 344 kick punch combinations. So we came back 10 weeks later. After defeated, we gave ourselves a pity party that day. We worked harder, came back. We did the fit test, crushed it. Did the boards, crushed it. Got to the last board, crushed it. All right. I can now test for my black belt. Testing for your black belt's hard. That was just the test to get to the black belt. When you do your black belt, you must break all of those boards in front of everybody. as well as do every form you've ever had to learn, every move from a white belt to a black belt. It's like 400 and some moves. And of course, you have to do it in front of everybody who's there, all the parents, all the kids. It's a big ceremony. So my husband and I get out there, we do our form, we do everything we need to do. It comes time to break the boards. The night before, I couldn't break that board. That last board, I could not break. I tried in class hard. I was pushing the board. I was trying my stance different. I was listening to my master tell me what to do. I was listening to everyone else. I was taking the direction. I couldn't break through that board that I had broken through hundreds of times before. I got home that night. My husband held the board. I tried it again. Reverse side kick, reverse side kick, reverse side kick. I could not break that board. I was bruising my leg. I don't know how I didn't break bones in my feet. I text my master, I can't break this board. There's no way I can graduate tomorrow. He wrote me back these simple words: tomorrow is another day. 4 words. Tomorrow is another day. He was right. I was frustrated. I went to sleep, woke up the next morning, scared. I was scared. I had done this in the past, but in the last 24 hours, I couldn't break that board. So what made me think that I was going to be able to break that board in that moment to receive my black belt? And if you don't break the boards, you don't get a second chance. You wait another 10 weeks and you do it all over again. So this was it. We invited our children, our grandkids. They had never even seen us in geese. We had been competing for 3.5 years. We had been driving around to different states and doing it as a couple, but we had never exposed it to our full family. We had in-laws there and brothers and sisters and children and grandkids. This was the time. I was scared to death, lacking the mindset in the moment that I needed to break that board because I didn't believe I could do it because I couldn't do it in the last 24 hours. And when I stood up there in front of my master, he just looked at me, nodded his head, believed in me. It's almost like he swooshed this energy toward me that you can do this because you've done it in the past. I believe in you. Now it's time for you to believe in you. Guess what happened? Broke first board number 1. Piece of cake. Round kick, broke board number 2. Piece of cake. Third board, reverse side kick, broke board number 3. I passed and became a first-degree black belt. It was the coach and the belief in that person in that moment that knew I had what it took. And I needed to lean on his belief when I lacked my mindset that was keeping me stuck. I had the skill set the entire time to do it. I had done it 100 times before. Why did I get stuck? I didn't believe in myself. So myth number 1, we think something outside of ourselves is what's going to solve our problem. It's not. It's us. It's us. And we need the guidance of a coach that's going to get us there. Here's the second myth. I don't have any money. I can't afford it. I had a friend tell me, I can't leave corporate. I can't afford it. I said, you can't? Then how did I afford it? How did I afford to leave a 6-figure cushy position with all these benefits, health insurance? My husband was an entrepreneur. We were leaving health insurance, all of the securities. How did I make it work? Why? Because I believed I could. I knew my numbers. I went in to figure out how much money do I have to make to pay my bills. Not that I want to make, have to make. That was my number. That was my mark. I worked 4 different types of jobs. I taught group fitness classes as a personal trainer. I taught individuals and they paid me to help them work out. I would consult other companies and was a consultant on jobs that they needed. And I coached. I did whatever it took to make the amount of money I had to make to be able to survive, because that's the mode I was in. I was shifting from survival, which was so important to me, to be my own entrepreneur, to not be a corporate America. And then I shifted to thriving. And I couldn't have done that without all of the people I hired along the way to get me there. So you can afford it. If anyone says, I can't afford it, they mean I won't afford it. You're saying I won't pay you because I don't see the value and I'm not willing to do the work. Well, if you see the value and you want your business to grow, then you need to invest in you and yourself, because if you don't invest in you, don't ever expect anybody else to pay you or invest in you for what you have if you're not willing to do the same, because money has an energy exchange. So that's myth number 2. I'm scared to grow. I'm scared to have more money. I'm scared to have more clients. I'm scared that someone is going to figure out I'm an imposter and I don't have what it takes. That happens. And I'm sorry you feel that way. But let me tell you this, you do have what it takes. And I will help you uncover what it is that you need to do what it takes to grow your business, to reach the people that you need to reach, to sell your product and service, to create infinite income out of thin air. You do have what it takes. And why are you scared about something in the future? I'm not scared about what it's going to take to manage multiple 7 figures. I will figure it out. Just like when I had my first baby, I didn't know what it was like to be a mother. I figured it out, and so will you. So stop living in the future and live in today. That's myth number 3. Myth number 4, no one is going to pay me what I'm worth. Well, they're going to pay you what you're worth for your knowledge, your skill set, your experience, your wisdom. That's what they're going to pay you for. And they will when you believe it yourself. When you value what it is, it's not about you. It's about them. What value are they getting from your product and service? What value? I look at things like, sticky notes. What value do I get from a sticky note? What am I willing to spend on this sticky note that gives me the ease of being able to write a note and stick it somewhere? I love having sticky notes and reminders where I want them. So this is a high value to me. There are things like an electric toothbrush. I pay more money. Why? Because I love electric toothbrushes. So I will pay more money for an electric toothbrush rather than a regular toothbrush because it helps me at the dentist. I don't get as many cavities. My teeth feel cleaner. So I'm willing to invest in an electric toothbrush versus a regular toothbrush because of the benefits it gives me. That's the same for your products and services. The 5th myth that's keeping you stuck, that's a total lie. If I have to work more hours, I will make more money. Bull, I'm calling BS on that one. You do not have to work harder and work more hours to make more money. In fact, I will teach you how you can work less hours and make more money. It's not about hitting the grind. It's about what productivity activities you're doing to move the needle. You could focus 3 hours a day and make more money than you're making right now if you would just put the focus into moving the needle and doing the things that you need to do. Everything I've talked to you today about the lies that are keeping you stuck, take action. I shared a very personal story with you about how I couldn't get over the hump of what I could do and had done, but told myself I couldn't. So if you're sitting here today with the fear, the false evidence appearing real, telling yourself that you can't, you're right. You won't. Henry Ford said it. If you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. So what's it going to be? Are you going to stay stuck? Are you going to regret it when things don't go your way? Or are you going to take the reins into your hands and design your life by design, how you want your business to run, how you want to show up in your life, and design it so life happens for you? Or are you going to continue living life by default and let life happen to you? Because wherever you vibrate, my friend, you will have to validate people, places, things, and events and attract it to that. So if you're vibrating here with me and you believe in yourself and you know you have something to offer other people, and you know you make an impact, you're ready to build unlimited wealth, you know you want to inspire change, and you can, and you want to leave a legacy, then you must make the choice to not stay stuck. The choice is yours. What's it going to be?